Heroes versus villains. Good versus evil. Play on tabletop versus tabletop titans.
Something kind of happened.
Yeah?
That we weren't expecting.
Okay.
We all of a sudden got the new starter set.
We have a fantastic show for you today as we get to play the new Earth's Mightiest core set. If you want to get into Marvel Crisis Protocol, this is a great place to start.
And because you play MCP a lot more than I do, you're going to be incredibly helpful in leading our viewers through a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Dude, I'm so excited. This new core box, the models seem bigger, they have some awesome new rules, and it's fun to see new life brought into the oldest models in the game.
We want to thank Atomic Mass Games for sending us a copy of Earth's Mightiest core set. The new sculpts and scales are great to assemble. Mubin, Bridger, and Tycho spent half a day assembling, and Brent and Tack had a day to paint them all.
I'm loving everything about the new core set so far. It may not play as simple as the old core set did, but it is going to give you, I guess, a better view into the world of Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, it covers basically all of the rules in the entire game. We have grunts, we have all the status conditions, we have transform. It's a pretty exhaustive core box.
So who are you playing on your side?
So I'm playing the villains. Of course, our big bad today is Ultron. He's got a cool new cape, no capes. And he's got new grunts. He's got his Ultron drone grunts. Brand new grunt coming out with this box.
Bridger is playing the Cabal, a team consisting of Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Ultron, and Grunts, Doc Ock, and Crossbones. Leading his team is Red Skull.
Tell me about who you're playing.
I'm playing the Avengers.
Tack is playing the Avengers, a team consisting of Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spiderman, Black Widow, and Ironman. The leader is Captain America.
We are playing two of the missions from the core box. We have Skrulls infiltrate world leadership. So there are 4 Skrull civilians with, I love they have new generic tokens. We're gonna pick these up and maybe get pushed around while wrestling with them. Score points for holding those.
We also have the Infinity Formula has gone missing, so 4 objectives the players will be competing for control over. Each one controlled is worth a victory point to that player. Miniatures in range of one of these objectives during the power step will also gain an additional power. The game is won by the first player to score 16 points, or whoever has the most points at the end of 6 rounds.
We've got the board set up. Initiative.
Yeah, so we'll roll 5 dice and we'll see who rolls better.
Players roll for initiative, and Tack has a critical in his roll. That means he's going to be going first.
No crits and just 1 hit. So it looks like you'll be taking priority.
Deployment, Tack gets the first drop.
Because you have such a small base of heroes, I typically don't like to go first because I'd rather have information on your side. Spider-Man, going down right here, wants to try to pick up that scroll.
First drop is Spider-Man, and he's lining him up to get onto objectives early.
They made a new Crossbones, but he's not faster than he was before, so I really do have to be careful about where I'm putting him. I'm going to put him as close to this objective as I can.
There are 2 scrolls in the middle there. That's where the power battle's going to be. It means I put down my power hitters.
Tack's power hitter is Captain Marvel, and looks like he wants to use her to try and control the middle of the field.
All right, Tack, I see what's going on here. You want a big showdown in the middle? I'll give you a big showdown in the middle.
Bridger is not intimidated and goes with his power hitter, Ultron, and his grunts.
Those grunts blow up.
The little robo-bombs. Come to me!
So I think I'm going to take a ranged character, try to knock out that bomb before it gets too close to me.
I don't want my Ultron to be going into this alone, so we're going to send his right-hand man, Baron Zemo. Everybody knows that they're best friends.
So now that Zemo's on that side,
Baron Zemo is on one flank, absolute classic, and Black Widow deploys on the other flank, away from Zemo and a lot of the action.
she's not targetable with outside of 3, so she can go stand on that and hopefully just score my points all game.
All right, Tack, you and I both want to throw this taco truck,
Oh no.
but I have a head start. I have a Doc Ock right next to it.
My goal in life was to go and get some tacos before you huck it. So I've only got 1 to put down.
Last drop is Captain America, and Tack wants to try and hold down that side with him.
All right, we all know Red Skull loves being the center of attention.
Red Skull takes center stage. He's able to use the power of allies close by, so that looks to be a close placement for him.
He steals the power of all of his friends.
With the core set, you've got a team that really likes to bunch up. And there's a lot of synergies and auras. I've got a team that hopefully can stand on their own, go wide, and try to score me objectives on the flanks.
Let's see what these 2 players can get up to with Marvel Crisis Protocol's Earth's Mightiest core set. This game is brought to you by Frontline Gaming, makers of the mat and buildings you see us playing with in this game. With the matte and colored terrain, we can focus on the miniatures and gaming immediately. We love the look and convenience, so we encourage you to check out the Frontline Gaming web store and catalog. Maps and terrain help give your tabletop battlefield the setting for your story, and you know we like telling stories here at Play on Tabletop. Use the affiliate code in the description, and it supports this channel as well. Thank you, Frontline Gaming, for sponsoring us, and thank you, viewers, for watching. Now, back to the action. We begin the game with the power step, and each character is going to gain 1 power. Power is an important currency in Marvel Crisis Protocol, and it's used by the characters to activate some of their abilities.
You won the initiative, so you get to activate the first character.
Ooh, this is exactly what I did not want to have happen. And I think my first move here, Bridger, do exactly as I said in deployment, which is to take Spiderman, he moves a medium.
Tack is thinking points immediately. Spider-Man moves into range of a Skrull objective and spends 1 power to pick it
I'm
up.
going to pick up the Skrull. Now, this triggers some dice rolling.
Yes, so you have to make a physical defense roll. You get no crits and wilds, then I put.
Okay. And we'll see what happens. I got a crit, luckily. You are not pushing me. I'm going to try to stay safely behind that building.
Marvel Crisis Protocol is a game of alternating activations, so next up is Bridger, who elects Baron Zemo.
I see what you're doing. You grab an objective. I don't want you to get all of the objectives, so I think I'm going to have to fight for these. I'm going to go with Baron Zemo, and we're going to move him. He's going to go fill up his tank at this petrol station.
He grabs that Skrull and rolls a critical, meaning no push.
We're going to go with Tony here.
Tack braves the middle with Ironman. I thought he would save him for later to try and get some range shots, but he must be thinking points here, and Ironman can be defensively strong. He picks up the Skrull.
So I've got 2 to your 1. He's got a defense dice of 4. I got a crit. You are not moving me. But now he might be in trouble.
Yeah, we're going to put his defensive armor to the test. He does have a superpower to reduce damage by 1, but that costs you power, and he doesn't have any power right now. So my first hit is free, as they say. Get this party started. Ultron does have a grunt, so I have to activate the grunt first. The grunts move medium, and then they have a ranged 3 attack. I don't think I'll be able to attack you this turn with the grunts, but they can't contest objectives or pick them up. These grunts can't do anything, so I'm just going to give them the old double move, see if you take the bait and blow up my little bomb bots. Now that the grunts have moved, I can activate Ultron himself, King of Kings. He has fly, so he can just hop right up on this building. He's going to spend his power to pick up this Skrull.
Right, because height doesn't matter for that.
And then I have to make a physical defense roll for him. See if you push me
I'm hoping I do.
off the building. Ooh, multiple crits.
Okay.
He's good.
All right.
First attack of the game, here we go. I'm gonna do a concussion blaster. It's range 4. This will be 6 dice energy.
Energy, so I've got a defensive 3.
And I'm looking for a wild here to get nano corruption, which would give you poison and bleed.
I don't want that.
No wilds and only 2 successes. My leadership ability as Cabal is I could spend a power to turn a skull into a crit.
Right.
I don't have any power. I could take damage, but this is Ultron. I'm gonna try to keep him safe.
Okay. I did get a crit, so let's see if I block it. I do not, so I do take 1 damage.
Bridger had 2 successes and Tack had 1 success. Thus, Bridger scores 1 damage.
That is Ultron's 2 actions. He is done.
And in a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol, when you take damage, you also take power. So I now do have some power on me.
As this was Ultron's builder, a term in which we use on attacks that gain the model power, he gains 1 power. Iron Man also gains a power for receiving damage from an enemy effect.
What I think I'm going to do now with Captain America, it is important to also have these, because if I hold them, I gain an extra power. So I'm going to move over to this side here.
So you are now claiming that infinity formula.
And then I'm going to throw my shield at Zemo.
Shield throw, here we go.
So I got a crit.
Your crit explodes, so you'll get another die.
Nope, blank.
All right, so Baron Zemo has 4 physical defense, and he's a strategic genius. We won't need that here. I have 3 successful blocks, so he'll take no damage.
No damage means no one gains power in this sequence.
Let's get Crossbones moving. He's a little bit groggy in the morning, so he's kind of slow. We're gonna get him to move small.
Does his morning last 24 hours?
I
Because he's always slow.
don't want to move his full move past this objective, so he's just gonna stand in front of this infinity formula.
Crossbones is one slow-moving thug. All they can do is stand on that objective.
I'm just going to do the easy one. Black Widow. And she wants to stay as far back as she can while still claiming that objective because she has stealth 3.
Black Widow's got stealth, which means she can only be attacked within a certain range, so that's a very safe spot for her while still scoring attack points.
Let's go with Red Skull and just move into this. Oh, I abandoned an objective over here.
You did.
I think you might go up on points. Red Skull's not going to make it over there. We're just going to send him into the middle, as was prophesized.
As was prophesied.
He's the star of the show. Send off a second volley here after Red Skull moves up. Center of attention. He's going to fire off a cosmic burst from his power cube. So this will be 5 dice energy into Iron Man. Oh, I can make it energy or mystic. I'm assuming your mystic defense is worse?
My energy and mystic are both 3s. So it doesn't matter.
I'll make it mystic for funsies.
For funsies? Okay.
So 5 dice mystic. Let's see what he's got. Just 2 successes and no skulls for me to use my Red Skull leadership ability.
Okay, 2 successes. I need 2 blocks here, which I do.
You already got it. So you blocked me out. That's Red Skull done.
That's too bad because part of this gambit here was to take a little bit of damage, gain a little bit of power, and then try to go first next turn. But you're not helping me out here.
Best laid plans ruined by Red Skull.
Seems like a villain thing to do. What to do with Captain Marvel? We're just gonna knock out the grunts. So she's gonna do her photon blast. 5 dice, range 4. So I got 2 crits in there.
So you'll get 2 more.
3 hits in total. That is all that I need, as long as you don't block any.
All right, I have 2 energy defense here.
1 success.
Take 2 damage. Now grunts can't get power, so they're just going to take the 2 damage.
After this attack is resolved, this character gains power equal to the damage dealt, so I'm going to gain myself 2 power. And what I'm going to try to do here is try to do it again, because you get 2 actions per character. So I do get my wild, and I got a crit in there, so I add 1 more to the pool, which is a shield, so I only did 2.
Maybe I can block you out here.
Maybe.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But you do get your move.
Advance toward the target character, small.
Okay, I just have 1 person left.
Do not throw the toggle
It's
truck.
Doc Ock. Look,
Leave the toggle truck alone, just
if I could throw the taco truck, I would. But sadly, not enough power turn 1. He does have a laser beam now. Unfortunately, this beam would go over Crossbones,
that seems like a very villain thing to do.
which is Doc Ock's style. So we're going to shoot some arm lasers.
So he is gonna do it. I love this figure. Go for it.
If I get a wild, we get Incinerate.
Oh no, actually that's a bad thing.
Pretty nasty status effect. I did only get the wild.
Do I get cover?
Yes. I rolled 1 success. You can turn anything into a shield with your cover.
Well, I don't block any of it, but I can change one of those to a success, which I do, so I take no damage.
I will, however, have to give you this Incinerate token.
Yep, he is incinerated, means I have 1 less defense dice the next time you attack me.
When your area attacks hit your own people, you just take 1 damage, no dice rolled, and you don't gain power because it's not an enemy effect. That's actually turn 1.
That is turn 1.
On to the cleanup step.
We count up our points, 2 objectives, and I also picked up 2 skulls. So I move up to 4 points.
I have 2 scrolls and only 1 infinity formula, so I only get 3 points.
Bridger scores only 3, so Team Avengers has the lead. Although, it looks like the action is about to heat up in turn 2. Here we go!
We are entering into round 2, which starts with a power step.
Turn 2 power step, and all characters gain 1 power again, with Captain America, Black Widow, Doc Ock, and Crossbones all gaining a bonus additional power for being on an Infinity Formula objective.
I finished the last activation in the previous round, so it's over to you again. You still have initiative.
Okay, so I still have initiative. There are no objectives now in the center of the table, which means the fight is either on me dropping skulls, because you've knocked me out, or on the flanks. So Iron Man is going to fly this way. That is a hit, and I'm out of your range.
Pulsars into Baron Zemo.
So I got myself a hit and a crit.
When you roll a critical dice, it means you can roll an additional dice into the pool.
What I could do here, because I did get the hit, is use my leadership ability.
Leaders bring leadership abilities to their teams, and Captain America allows friendly Avengers to turn a blank in the pool into something else.
So I'm going to spend the power.
Attack modifies a blank into a wild so we can trigger the bonus on Iron Man's attack.
Energy defense. He'll get to reroll one of his defense dice.
So blank.
Block out one, and we'll take 2 damage to power.
So because of the wild, we get to do a small push.
Baron Zemo is pushed back. Tack's trying to mitigate Baron Zemo's movement here to make him less effective this round.
I'm going to start, I think, with Ultron. This is probably his best opportunity to get some damage in. I want to get these drones in position before they die. I think moving and attacking is the play here. I think we're going to start attacking Steve, Captain America.
Okay. For this energy.
I'm not sure if this is how this works, but the grunts are part of Cabal. So I could use my Cabal leadership ability to take a damage, because they don't have power, to turn this skull into a crit, which would also kill my drones.
And they would blow up,
up.
And splash damage.
This is like the perfect storm, I think, if this is how this works.
Veteran gamer Bridger already finding neat ways to use his characters. With only 1 wound left, that means the grunt's gonna explode when it's destroyed. Haha, someone tell Nick, explosion!
We just got this core set 3 days ago.
Yep.
We built it in a day, we painted it in a day, and now we're playing it. So you'll have to excuse us if we did get anything wrong. That does sound legitimate. So if that's what you want to do, 100%. It's so cinematic. You gotta do it.
So this becomes a crit, and then I get my crit. So that'll just be 3 successes.
Okay. So let's see if I can block it out at least before I take the 1 clip of damage. Nope, not a single one.
Now, my drones died. They took their 3rd damage. So they will use Rough Around the Edges. Carol, Iron Man, and Captain America, all 3 of them, will each take 1 damage. And Ultron will gain a power for each of those.
Oh, and Ultra gains a power for each. Again, that is an enemy effect, so I will be gaining power as well for each one of these. However, that leaves Captain America with only 2 wounds remaining. So he's kind of in a bit of a pickle there. Carol Danvers has 5 power, Iron Man has 4 power, and Captain America has 7 power. Take a bit of a step back here. I'm gonna put an activated token on Iron Man. This is just good bookkeeping. Allows you kind of know the state of the board.
The way that Ultron gets his grunts back is by destroying terrain. Every different grunt model has a cool way of like reappearing. Nick Fury can like call down his shield agents. Ultron blows up terrain. So I think I want to destroy some terrain and get my grunts back. So we're gonna fly down from our perch. We only have that medium move.
He's looking over at that brown Corolla.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fling that with my kinetic field generator. So this will be 3 power, and we get our first throw of the game. I'm throwing a piece of terrain, which means you just pick it up.
I love this part of the game. We have a car being thrown at Iron Man. So cool.
You have to make a dodge roll, which is a physical defense.
What was the size of the car?
So the car is size 2, which
Plus
means
1?
3 incoming damage.
Right, so I need to block 3, hopefully. Of which I blocked 2.
Iron Man is down to 3 wounds remaining.
And because I destroyed a terrain feature, the drones come back.
Wait, what part of the car did you throw at me if you're rebuilding your drones?
Don't think too much about it. One balancing factor on Ultron, his ability, I will create a better age, is what brings back the drones. They come back with stagger, which means they'll only get 1 action next turn. Now, Ultron's still not finished. I moved for an action. That superpower is not an action. Now it's time to get concussion blasting.
Concussion blaster into Captain America.
So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna spend 2 power.
Attack using 2 power here on Captain America's defensive ability, Perfect Block. This adds 2 more dice to his roll.
We have 1 crit in there. Ooh, a lot of defense dice.
Great block, and Captain America only takes 1 damage, leaving him with 1 remaining. He just won't go down.
Now that Ultron's done, I'm putting out his activated token, and it's back to you.
Cap's gonna go because he's only got 1 wound left. So he's spending 2, which gives him charge. Make a move action, which is moves medium.
2 power to charge, followed up by 4 power to do Brooklyn Brawler. That's Captain America's superpower attack.
I'm down to no power. 5 attack dice to start. However, I get to add a dice equal to the target's size.
Size 3.
Show me what you're made of. I do have a pair of crits.
Yeah, just 7 successes.
Just 7 successes.
That's all. For physical defense, I'll make none of those.
Ooh.
And not a single block by Ultron. He goes from full to only 1 health remaining. Ultron is full now on power, as any model maxes at 10 power at any time.
So this is shield bounce. I get 5 dice physical. If I roll like that, nothing's going to happen, and Ultron's gonna live with 1. Cap has 1 wound left. Ultron has 1 wound left, and it is your go.
a lot just happened. I think I'm going to change focus from this side of the table to this side of the table, and we're going to give Crossbones the opportunity for a redemption arc. He's going to mess up Spider-Man, so we're going to move him his lovely short. Here comes Crossbones. I am going to use my plasma beam, but I want to get onto that objective, so I'm going to spend 2 power for hit and run. This is the fastest Crossbones has ever moved. It's like a reverse charge. I'll fight and then move. So here comes my plasma beam. Oh, that's terrible. I think I'm going to use my leader ability to spend a power, turn the skull into a crit, and then get my crit.
The nimble Spider-Man dodges those attacks and takes no damage.
Crossbones!
What Bridger really wanted, though, was the extra movement to now go contest the objective that's held by Black Widow.
Just cracking my knuckles, saying hi.
I've only got one character over here that can possibly knock out Ultron.
Tak has some tough choices here, as Ultron's down to 1 wound, but is already activated this turn. If Tak can maintain priority this turn, he would go first next turn and then could knock down Ultron immediately and deny Bridger that activation. But Ultron has a Skrull and is scoring points by staying standing. Decisions. What is Tak gonna do?
And this is one of those great parts about this game, is that there's always these decisions of, I could get this advantage, but then I give up that advantage. I can spend my resources here, but then I can't spend them there. Every turn, even the simplest activations, you have really important decisions to make.
Always, yeah. It's an incredibly interesting game to play. I am going to risk it. I'm going to Photon Blast into Ultron, make you drop your Skrull now, and pick it up, and try to gain a points lead.
I wonder if that will be the right call. This will help Tak gain more of a points lead, but there's a fully powered Ultron coming back next turn.
And I will block 2 of your 3, and Ultron's gonna go down.
In Marvel Crisis Protocol, when a model's reduced to 0 wounds the first time, they stay on the battlefield. In the cleanup phase, they will flip their character card to the reverse side, which shows them in their wounded state. Only when a character is reduced to 0 wounds a second time are they removed from the game.
And then, because he had a Skrull, I can, as the attacking player, can drop the Skrull within 2. Which is perfect, it's right there. I'm spending a power, and I'm gonna pick up the Skrull. I did not roll a crit or wild, so you get to push me.
Get out of here.
There is a chance Zemo could knock out Captain America. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move Danvers. That should put me in range, that objective. That is all for Carol.
We're gonna go with Red Skull, and he's gonna use powers only for the one who rules. He's gonna borrow Doc Ock's power.
Red Skull can borrow energy from friendly models in range and grab some of Doc Ock's to teleport towards Ultron.
And he's now in range of this giant power bank on the ground. 10 power that Red Skull would love to use.
How does Ultron feel about this idea of being someone else's battery?
Ultron doesn't get a say in the matter.
With a medium move, he can now unleash and attacks heroes on the flank.
And then for his last action,
borrowing 4 power from the downed Ultron, Red Skull unleashes Reality Bows to Me onto Iron Man.
I feel all of them.
Good thing Iron Man can reduce damage by 1. He stays standing with just 1 wound left.
This is setting up for a real horrible turn 3 for the Avengers.
in preparation for that, I think I'm going to use our first tactic card, Cosmic Obliteration.
Bridger's using a tactics card, which are additional abilities that you can have for your team.
Any Johann Schmidt character, which is Red Skull's alias, any of the other Red Skulls could use this card, may spend any amount of power. Thank you, Ultron.
Did you just empty Ultron's banks?
No, he's going down to 3. All right, we only used 7 of his 10 power. So I can choose any number of characters within 3 of Red Skull, equal to the amount of power that I spent. And then I give them one of the following conditions: Hex, Root, or Incinerate. Hex, Carol Danvers.
That means I cannot use crits. If you root me, I'm not moving anywhere.
Yes. And if I Incinerate you, you lose one of your defense dice. I think we're going to go with Incinerate for both of these boys.
That group of superheroes is starting to look very vulnerable.
So I'm not going to do something very exciting here, unfortunately.
Attack now with Spider-Man, and he spends an action to remove the Incinerate status effect and then moves onto the objective.
So that's it for Spider-Man?
Yep, that is it for Spider-Man. He is activated.
What an uneventful, tactical activation.
That means I'm going to go with Mr. Zemo. The road is clear for him. He's just gonna hang a sharp left turn over here, stand on this objective, and he's gonna get out his world famous glue gun.
Oh, that thing. Yes, we've heard about this thing.
Everybody knows of Baron Zemo's Adhesive X pistol.
Baron Zemo now with the Adhesive X gun into Captain America.
Far from perfect.
Captain America is knocked down. That puts Tak in a sticky situation.
Let's just see if I can tickle Crossbones a little bit here. I'm going to take Black Widow, and I'm going to shock batons Crossbones.
Black Widow ineffective with 2 shock baton attacks into Crossbones, but the second attack triggered her bonus ability and places a shock token on Crossbone. That's 1 less attack dice.
So that's 1 less attack dice coming towards me.
All right, my last activation is, of course, Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock, minor move to stay on that objective, but lines up another shot into Spider-Man.
It would be nice to draw this beam over all 3, but Natasha has stealth, so I'm actually just gonna draw the beam over Spider-Man.
I just love this visual of like Crossbones always in Doc Ock's way.
He's just stomping forward and Doc Ock's
Like, get out of the way!
Get out of the way!
4 dice energy. Let's just get another Incinerate on Spider-Man.
Spidey sense says pick up 2 and try again. I got a crit, but that is a reroll, so it doesn't trigger. So I block 1.
Spider-Man takes 2 damage.
That is round. We go into the cleanup step, and the first thing we do is score points. I've got 3 scrolls because Danvers picked up 1. She is also my contingency on that objective. And because I outnumber you over here, I actually claim this one as well. And that gives me a total of 5 points. Take me to math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take me to 9.
Whew. 1 scroll and 2 infinity formulas for 3 total points. Same as last turn, up to 6. You're smoking me on the points here, Tak.
I've got a bit of a lead. Leads can evaporate if you're not careful in this game.
Now, at the end of this cleanup step, we can pick up all of our activated tokens, but we can also flip all of our dazed characters to their injured side.
Ultron and Captain America are back up now, just on their wounded side.
One thing that happens when you flip is you do drop your damage, but you don't drop your power. If you get knocked out again on your flip side, you have been removed from the game.
Tak's up on points, but his team's low on health. Can Bridger apply enough hurt in the next turn and catch Tak on the scoreboard? Turn 3's power step, and we're seeing a lot more power on the characters. I expect a lot of carnage here turn 3.
Ironman's at 6, so you got to be careful of Iron Man here. And Danvers is exactly where I want her to be. She's on that objective. She goes to 6, so she can go binary. Captain America's got 3. Widow is also at 6 because she's on that objective. And Spider-Man is at 5.
For me, Crossbones is up to 3, Zemo is at 4, Red Skull's got 2, Doc Ock has 2, and Ultron the battery has 4.
So I'm going to repulsor beam into Ultron.
Attacking Ultron here is a double-edged sword. He could knock him out of the game, or just load him full of power.
Spend the 1 power, make that into another hit.
Only 2 wounds, not a great start.
I could billion-dollar punch you.
Oh, here comes Tony Stark's billion-dollar punch. He got the wild, and this allows Tak to throw Ultron into the drones.
This is a billion-dollar throw. And I'm going to throw you into your own minion.
So Ultron, as the source of the collision, takes 1 damage, now up to 5 wounds, and the grunts have to take a dodge roll. So they have 2 physical defense. They will get 1 reroll from the strategic genius of Baron Zemo. If I make both of these, the grunts will survive.
Oh, he makes both the grunts survive.
So they'll take their 2 damage.
Down to 1, which means very likely they're just going to blow up in my face again. Iron Man is done, so big ol' activation token on him.
So we're gonna go with Ultron. Before we lose him, grunts activate first. They have this stagger token, so they have to spend their first action getting rid of it. They get 1 action. I'm gonna move them.
Of course you are.
I will move my bomb over here. Yes.
Into the midst of everything.
Ultron activates now, and Bridger plays Glory to Ultron, and Captain America and Iron Man both give Ultron power, while Captain Marvel takes a wound.
Takes her down to 5 remaining, but
Now Ultron caps out. He's at his 10, so you actually just lose this power. But yeah,
no.
You made him mad. He's a little bit upset about all
I'm pretty
this.
sure, and he doesn't know this, but the reason why he's mad is because a certain someone else drained his power. He woke up, his batteries were completely depleted, and he's angry, and he doesn't know who did it. And he's taking it out on the wrong guy.
The wrong guy. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna do some extinction protocols.
Ooh, big spend. 4 power on Extinction Protocol into Captain America.
I'm gonna spend a power, because I have so many, to make this skull
2 crits. So that's 3 crits.
3 crits. I'll pull everything else out.
Tax spends 2 power on Perfect Block.
With perfect block, I get 2 more dice. And with I can do this all day, blanks are successes. Of course.
And oh no! Captain America's down to 1 wound remaining.
So you can do this all day, huh?
Yep.
Well, I have some bad news for you, Tack. 4 damage from the attack, and then because you're size 4 or less, I'm gonna throw you into Carol.
Ultron then hurls Cap into Captain Marvel, and that's the final wound. Captain America's down for good this time.
Of which she makes 2. So she takes 1.
The Avengers team has also lost access to the leadership ability of Captain America.
That was one of Ultron's 2 actions. I kind of want to throw a building at you. Throwing buildings is fun. We're gonna spend 3 power to throw a building with our kinetic field generator. I'm gonna take this coffee shop, which is size 3, and drop it on Ironman.
Oh, not the coffee shop. That's Tag's favorite.
That could potentially do 4 damage. I have 4 dice in my hand. So I just need,
You are incinerated.
I have 3 dice in my hand.
Iron Man cannot dodge the hot Americano, and he's knocked down. Just too much caffeine, I guess.
Who has already activated, so I'm okay with that. Drop the scroll.
I'll spend a power, grab that little scrolly guy, and then still have 1 action left. Concussion blasters at range 4. So here we go. Crit.
4 wounds remaining.
Wow, Captain Marvel goes down 2. It's the hat trick. It's a triple play. That is Ultron.
I gotta say, he might be better as an Ultron than a battery.
Ultron grabbing that skull. Bridger looks to finally take the lead on points.
I mean, I'm definitely activating first next round.
Yep.
Where would you like this one to go?
We'll put it next to this gas pump over here. That seems like a good place for a scroll. This is one of the parts of Marvel Crisis Protocol that I love. The more your heroes get beat up, the more they rubber band back into action, and the harder they hit back. It's a super cool mechanic, and it always lets you do fun stuff with your heroes. They can't just get jibbed out of the game, right? You can't just lose your favorite character. You'll always get a turn to play with them and get to do their cool stuff.
Spiderman and Widow over here are just like kind of looking at that mayhem, and they want none of that business.
Didn't there used to be a coffee shop over there?
Yeah. Take Spiderman, and I'm going to go into Crossbones. All right, 2 crits in there. A total of 4 hits.
There are 4 physical defense.
Whoa.
Crossbones is having none of it.
Or
Okay,
he's
he's
having
some of it. So I'll take 1 damage on Crossbones.
4 power here on Spider-Man. For a webhead wallop, there might be a car coming your way. So here's open. There is no car coming your way. 1.
One?
Yeah, that's
Webhead
a
wallop does nothing. No luck for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Look, Spider-Man's trying really hard.
crit. Yeah.
This is the 4th iteration of Spider-Man. There's no point in going over here. We solved that.
Doc Ock is going to just fire at Crossbones again.
Right in the back. I think we're gonna go with Crossbones, who is shocked.
1 activation to shake off shock.
And then for our second action, Punchy Fist, up close and personal, I'm gonna punch Spider-Man. 8 dice. We're the bad guys, we'll hurt ourselves. I'll take a damage to turn this skull into a crit. And then I have 2 crits. Nope.
Up close and personal into Spider-Man from Crossbones. Ooh, that's 2 wounds and now a toss.
You are size 2, correct?
Don't do this to me.
We're up close and personal.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna throw you.
Spider-Man collides into Black Widow, and we've got another knockdown.
She was kneeing the Ultron robot, and your jaw got in the way.
And Natasha takes the damage. Here you go.
Oh, why thank you, sir. I have no power to pick them up with, so I'm just gonna drop this scroll
Right there.
right there.
I mean, you're making the game easy for me. I have 1 character left to do something with. Black Widow is going to take one of her amazing actions and move over here. She's going to spend one of her amazing powers.
As much as Tack wants to do some avenging, he goes and picks up the scroll and moves back.
That was a thrilling performance from Scarlett Johansson. Round of applause from the audience.
Hey,
Doing a great job here.
she knocked down Spider-Man.
She did knock out her own team member.
What would you like to do with the rest of your force?
Oh, that's a great
You
question.
know what? I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Oh, okay.
You know, you just do. Yeah.
See you around, Tech.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, I just have so many people to move now. I don't even know who to go with first.
After all the work from Ultron, Baron Zemo's got really nothing to do over there.
Zemo just chills there. We're gonna go with Red Skull, who's gonna stand over here and pick up this scroll for physical defense.
Ooh, that's a fail, and Tak gets to push Red Skull. Off the objective he goes.
All we have left is Doc Ock. We move him up onto this objective,
You do take it away from me.
and he gets the opportunity to striking tentacles with flurry of arms. 5 dice physical.
4 on her defense.
Only 1 damage.
So we're going to the cleanup step. We'll score it up.
Tak lost 2 scrolls and his infinity formulas. He still scored a point to go to 10. Bridger's got 3 skulls and 2 infinity formulas, moving his score to 11.
Bridger now has the lead. And this is why this game is actually as fun as it is.
Very dynamic turn.
Tak's lost his leader for the game, but he isn't out of it as his heavy hitter's about to stand back up.
I get to wake up all of my sleeping heroes. Black Widow is my only healthy character.
I think this is still going to be close. You have priority and a lot of power.
Turn 4 power step now, and Captain Marvel, Spiderman, Black Widow, Baron Zemo, Dr. Octopus, and Crossbones all gain additional power for being close to an infinity formula objective.
And I'm going to play Dig In.
Bridger plays the tactical card Dig In, allowing Crossbones to reroll defense dice at the expense of not being able to be moved.
I'm also going to play a card, Stark Armor.
He spends 3 power now, and every friendly model within 3 of Tony Stark will add 3 dice to their attack rolls.
They both get 3 extra attack dice. This card is wild. Last turn, you didn't really get to activate.
No, I did not. So I'm hoping to return the favor. Carol Danvers is going to go binary.
We have a transformation, folks. Captain Marvel's going binary.
I do the superpower just because it looks cool, but then I'm going to spend 5 power so that Tony Stark can go.
Tak uses 5 power off Captain Marvel to use the tactical card Overcharge, and now Iron Man can use a special attack. This is an area attack, so it will hit Ultron, Red Skull, and the drones.
Let's go with Ultron first. He's got 1 wound left. I've got 9 dice in my hand.
Ooh, that's a lot of dice.
No.
Nope.
You got him.
Ultron is down. This was his wounded side, so he's now removed from play.
All right, he's going to drop a scroll.
The same amount of dice in my hand and go after Red Skull. So that is only 6.
All right, 3 defense dice. Oh, that's what you like to see out of Johann Schmidt.
Ooh, good block from Red Skull. He only takes 3 damage.
And then now, and I don't know why I'm doing this because that's just going to blow up in my face.
The drones return to scrap.
He goes boom, doesn't he?
They explode and dish out 1 damage to both Captain Marvel and Iron Man.
I'm going to use Ready or Not to make a move followed by an attack. I'm spending 1 power on blast. Binary blast.
That's a lot of dice. So 3 energy defense.
2 damage. Red Skull stays up with 1.
I might as well just do it again.
Rinse and repeat, and this time, yep, Red Skull's knocked out. Captain Marvel picks up a scroll.
Carol Danvers picks that scroll up.
That's a big response from Tak on that side. Ultron is gone, drones are gone, and Red Skull is knocked down.
I think it might be Zemo time. So I'm going to activate Zemo and use I Am a Baron after all.
I am a Baron after all, allowing him to reroll 4 dice in his next attack.
So I'm going to spend 3 of his power on his big spender, Coup de Grace. If my target is dazed or KO'd by this attack, I may advance small and hop on the other objective.
Bridger can potentially hold this flank if he can take down Iron Man.
No crits and a couple skulls, which are lame. Can't reroll skulls.
Can't reroll those, no.
I can reroll this with Strategic Mastermind, and then I can reroll it with my card, and that's it. So 5 successes.
I have 5 wounds left on this side. I block 2.
Tak spends a power to reduce the damage by 1 and takes 2 wounds on Iron Man.
That's Zemo. He's done.
Crossbones has 2 wounds remaining.
Yes.
So I'm going to spend 3 power, and I'm going to throw Doc Ock at Crossbones.
All right, so Doc will just take a damage. Then I have to take a dodge roll on Crossbones. So I'll block 2, which would leave me taking 1 damage.
Okay. So I'm going to go Swing and Strike into Doc Ock. This is my builder. So simply what I'm trying to do is just build up a little bit more extra power buffer.
Get 4 physical dice on Doc Ock. And a crit. We're good.
I'm going to do Webhead Wallop, and I'm going to go into Crossbones.
Crossbones is knocked down. We saw a lot of knockouts last turn, and this turn we're seeing just as much action. This is nuts.
Okay, that means I'm up, and I have one option.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
The doctor.
This is what it was like for you on that turn, huh?
A little bit.
Ooh, he's got 6 power. That's a fair amount. We could make a scientific breakthrough here. Do you want to make a scientific breakthrough, Tech?
I would rather you not, but yes, go ahead.
Let's make a scientific breakthrough.
Who are you experimenting on?
I mean, he does hate Spider-Man. I think we have to start experimenting on Spider-Man.
Oh no.
Scientific breakthrough for 4 power, and this could cause a bunch of status effects.
So I blocked you.
Look at all these tokens you get.
Spider-Man gets hit with the farm. Shock, bleed, and poison.
It's so colorful over here.
And then I will striking tentacles. Yeah, we're gonna battle Natasha. Oh,
In the box.
so that's 3.
Defense, so I've got a defense of 4.
Now you do count blanks. We're in karate range.
Black Widow continues to stand strong, no wounds. Isn't she like the only one without actual superpowers?
All right, Natasha is going to go and try to extract a little bit of revenge there. I'm going to go with shock batons first. Shock off.
Shock batons deal 2 damage, but no trigger. Tack tries again.
Now I'm going to spend 4 for deadly origins. So here we go.
He got the trigger, so we'll now see another attack from Black Widow after this one. Oh wow, Doc Ock is down too.
Oh no. The invincible Ironman is going to repulsor Mark II into Zemo's face.
Here we go with Repulsor Mark II into Zemo. Knocked down! What a crazy turn! Iron Man picks up the scroll.
I'm going to pick up the scroll. Do you push me? You do not, because I rolled a wild.
I also have a scroll.
Where?
Zemo.
Oh, but I'm full. This could have gone on Captain America. I think the right call here is to simply move him onto the objective as well.
Turn 4 cleanup step. Tack scores 5 points, moving the lead with 15, and Bridger scores nothing, staying at 11 points.
We've seen what you've done with Ultron. Can Skull do the same thing?
I hope so.
We've seen 2 solid swings this game, so there could be one more in store for us. Turn 5 power step. All characters get a power, and everyone except Red Skull and Zemo gain an extra one.
I think this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to a couple of really clutch activations. Crossbones is up to 6 power. He gained 2. Zemo is up to 6 power. He gained 1. Red Skull has 10, all charged up. He also has a Zemo battery. And Doc Ock's up to 9 power. So I have a ton of power. You really put the hurt on me last turn. And in the power phase, I'll play This Is Our Day.
Bridger plays This Is Our Day. If Cabal models die, they will deal wounds to enemy models.
But the real conundrum is, who do you activate first?
I think it has to be Red Skull.
We've seen Red Skull do work this game, and he will need to be big this activation for Bridger to stay in the game.
So I'll spend 4 power on Reality Bows to Me.
Got it.
This will be 7 dice. Mystic into Peril. Oh, this could be so cool. If I get a crit, a wild, and a hit, I get to do the same attack on Iron Man.
Oh. Did you roll what you needed? Nope. That's a face of no.
Reality Bows to Me doesn't hit.
No, we're just gonna take the nothing. Not a great use of 4 power, but here we go. We're gonna
Do it again.
Do it again.
One more time.
Better this time.
A bit better.
Okay.
You asked for better.
Okay.
You got better.
I didn't get the reality warping stuff.
For each wild in this, I can change one of yours to a blank. Wild away, Carol. Wild away. Or not. Or not. Just 3 left.
3 left? So you're telling me when I throw this building at her? Because nothing is beyond my reach, Tack. I'm spending 4 power to pick up this petrol station and land it on Carol Danvers.
Now he's hucking a gas station.
That is a height 3.
Size 3, yeah.
So that means there's 4 coming in. I do have a defense of 4. So
But if you fail all of these,
if I fail all of them.
she's out.
Can Captain Marvel survive the cost of fuel?
I take 1. I take 1.
We need sturdier gas stations, okay?
You're throwing it at a literal star. Gas station 0, star 1.
Captain Marvel still stands, and she's got a lot of power. This could be curtains here.
She is loaded up on power. She's incredibly angry.
Well, unfortunately, that's him.
She only has 2 health left. So before Zemo can do something, I think Danvers has to go. I'm going to spend 3 power, and I'm going to Warbird.
Here comes the Warbird.
So that is a total of 5.
Zemo!
Here we go. You got rerolls. You're going to need them.
Nothing so far. 1.
Zemo down to 2 health remaining.
Before damage is dealt, other enemy characters within 2 of the character either suffers 1, or I can throw Zemo. Skull takes 1 damage from explosive. Yeah, Danvers is just going to throw Zemo into Skull. There we go.
So damage on Zemo. It's got 1 left. And then a dodge on Red Skull is 4 physical.
Oh!
So he'll take
Oh!
3 damage.
Zemo's got 1 health remaining, and Red Skull has 2.
So do I just Warbird again?
Yep.
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 Captain Marvel could finish them both here.
That's 6.
6 on Red Skull. Only 3 energy defense. That's not going to do it.
And then I throw Skull back into Zemo.
Zemo. 4 physical defense. Crit.
That's it. Captain Marvel bonks those heads together, and they both go down.
Which means Carol and Iron Man both take a damage from This Is Our Day.
So that kills Danvers. Mr. Nicholas Race! Carol attacks Zemo, throws him at Skull. Second attack, Carol attacks Skull, throws him at Zemo. They're both knocked out, they both blow up, and they kill Danvers. How would you like to film that?
And as they both fall, they take Captain Marvel down with them. What a fight.
You can't stop me from winning the game anymore.
No, you would. For sure. Dude, I had
Yeah,
a blast.
that was awesome. That was the perfect note to end that on.
Yep, that's it. Bridger has conceded, and Tack is the winner of our first game with the Earth's Mightiest core set. What an amazing game.
You seem to like to end games on explosions.
I like to go out with a bang, Tack. It's a good time.
I love how cinematic a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol is. We had buildings flying around, we had drones being constructed out of scrap parts, we had Ultron go supernova and nuke the Avengers, only for Captain Marvel to go full binary and return the favor. What a back and forth, absolute barn burner of a match. Again, we want to thank Atomic Mass for sending us this copy of Earth's Mightiest core set. Thank you to Bridger, Tycho, and Mubin for helping to build these models, and to Tack and Brent for spending a day to paint them. And we want to thank Frontline Gaming for supplying the mat and terrain we played on. If you are looking to get into Marvel Crisis Protocol, they have the terrain and mats available for you. Use the affiliate link in the description below, and that helps us out as well. Let us know what you think of our Marvel Crisis Protocol content. Liking and commenting will help us know if you want to see more like this. And until you see us next time in the comic book multiverse of an alternate dimension, play on!